Hello, we are working on integration by parts. Now, the first important decision is integration by parts is to decide which function is u, which function is v. So here there is a mnemonic to remember. LI8. L stands for log functions. I stands for inverse trig functions. A stands for algebraic functions. T stands for trig functions. E stands for exponential functions. Okay. So the trick is you can take u as in the function which comes in earliest in this sequence. Okay. For example, here we have x and sine. X is an algebraic function. X is algebraic. Sine is trig. It's coming second. So because algebraic function x is coming first, I'm going to name u as in x. And the remaining function, I'm going to join it with dx and name it dv. dv is sine 10x dx. So the first function, which is u, you're going to derivate it. That will be just x's derivative is 1, so that is just dx. And the second function, which is dv, you're going to integrate it. You're going to get v is equal to, what is sine's integral? Cosine 10x with a negative sign divided by 10. Okay, don't write c here in this component. Okay, let's see. If you think like that, then this thing will be looking like, the formula is u dv, integral of u dv. The integration by parts says that's equal to uv minus integral v du. So our original question, which now is in u dv format because of our assumption, is equal to u. u is x, v is this. So u times v would be x cosine 10x by 10 with a negative sign minus integral v. v is this, which is negative. Because it's negative, it's going to make this positive. Cosine 10x, 1 by 10 I'm going to write out because it's constant. du is just dx. Okay. Now remember, integral of cosine ax dx was sine ax by a. That formula we learned in calculus 1. So this is equal to negative x cosine 10x by 10 plus 1 by 10. What's the integral of cosine? Sine 10x by 10 plus c. And if you notice, this 10 times 10 will become 100. Okay, so we have our answer as this for the given integral. Let's try another question. Here we have integral of root x times ln x dx. Let's notice we have two functions, root x and ln. ln is a log function. So ln obviously coming first, and root x is an algebraic function that's coming after in the series, right? So that means I'm going to name ln as u. So u is equal to ln x. And the remaining portion attached with dx, I'm going to name dv. dv is root x dx. Okay. To u, I'm going to differentiate to get du. What is the derivative of ln x? 1 by x dx. Okay. The dv part, I'm going to integrate both sides to find v. What is the, so remember root x can be written as x to the power half So the integral would be x to the power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 d. We don't have dx because we're integrating. So that basically v is 2 by 3 x to the power 3 by 2. Okay, let's write down our integration by parts formula. Integral u dv is equal to uv minus integral v du. Okay, so we have our question that is in the format u dv because of our assumption. That should be equal to u, which is now ln x times v, which is now 2 by 3 times x3 by 2 minus integral v. V is 2 by 3 x3 by 2 times du. What is that? 1 by x dx. So you notice the original question, I'm going to just write it this way. This looks more presentable. Minus 2 by 3. What is happening here? X, and here the power is 1 if it's not written. So that is basically when they are in dividing, the power subtracts. 3 by 2 minus 1 is half dx. Okay, so this part already done. Don't touch it. You already solved it. There's no integral left in here. Only integral is this, and that's an easy integral. Half plus 1 by half plus 1. So that is plus c. 2 by 3 x3 by 2 natural log of x minus this thing is also 3 by 2. It's going to flip, make 2 by 3. So it's 4 by 9 x3 by 2 plus c. So this is your final answer. Okay. So what I want to emphasize here is, if you remember this mnemonic LI8, it helps you decide which function you take u as and which function you take dv as, which will make it easier to proceed from integration formula.